нашу свободу, наши жизни, жизни наших детей. Мы будем защищаться.
In this video, we will explore the life and leadership of Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, the man with the nerves of steel. From an actor and comedian to a husband, father of two, and now the sixth president of Ukraine since 2019, his path is nothing short of remarkable. Join us to discover the fascinating journey of this multi-talented leader, backed by in-depth research of numerous articles, blogs, and videos. And stick around until the end to see how his strategies are shaping the Russian-Ukraine war. Born on the 25th of January 1978 in Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine, Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelensky comes from a Jewish family. His father, Alexander, is a professor and computer scientist, while his mother, Rima, worked as an engineer. Zelensky spent 4 years in Erdenet, Mongolia, where his father was working. Growing up, he spoke Russian and even passed the test of English as a foreign language at just 16, earning an education grant to study in Israel. However, he didn't go because his father didn't allow it. In 1995, he enrolled in the Kryvyi Rih Economic Institute, a branch of Kyiv National Economic University, and graduated with a law degree in 2000. However, he never practiced the field. As a student, he got involved in theater, and it soon became his main focus. In 1997, his group Kvartal 95 made it to the finals of KVN. They continued to appear on KVN until 2003. In 2003, Zelensky co-founded Studio Kvartal 95, quickly becoming one of Ukraine's top entertainment studios. He served as its artistic director until 2011 when he became the general producer of InterTV. By 2012, Zelensky left InterTV and partnered with the network 1+1 along Kvartal 95, owned by one of Ukraine's richest people, Ihor Kolomoisky. This relationship later came under scrutiny when Zelensky decided to enter politics. Alongside his TV work, Zelensky also acted in several films like Rozhevsky vs. Napoleon, 2012, and the romantic comedies 8 First Dates, 2012, and 8 New Dates, 2015. In 2013, Zelensky returned to Kvartal 95 as artistic director. But by 2014, Ukraine saw a political shift when President Viktor Yanukovych was kicked out, and in May, Petro Poroshenko took over. Then in October 2015, amidst all this, the TV show Servant of the People aired, where Zelensky played a history teacher who became a viral sensation speaking out against corruption. The show was a hit, and Zelensky's character going from teacher to president looked like his path into politics. So in 2018, Kvartal 95 made Servant of the People an official political party in Ukraine. By 2019, with Ukraine's economy struggling, Zelensky entered the presidential race as a top contender. He announced his candidacy on 1+1 before Poroshenko's New Year's address, raising questions about the role of 1+1's owner, Ihor Kolomoisky, who had left Ukraine in 2017 after issues with private bank. Zelensky worked to distance himself from Kolomoisky, and his campaign style was anything but traditional. Instead of long policy talks, he used short speeches and comedy clips on YouTube and Instagram. How Gen Z, right? In the first round of the presidential election on March 31, 2019, Zelensky led with over 30% of the votes, leaving Poroshenko trailing at just 16%. They agreed to a debate 2 days before the second round, which became a major event. Tens of thousands gathered at Kyiv's Olympic Stadium on April 19th. Poroshenko tried to question Zelensky's toughness against Putin, but didn't land any significant blows. Another debate was planned for that night, but Zelensky skipped it, saying one debate was enough. On April 21st, Zelensky won the election, securing 73% of the votes. Shortly after, Putin proposed giving Russian passports to Ukrainians in conflict-hit eastern regions. Zelensky responded on Facebook, offering Ukrainian citizenship to Russians and others living under corrupt or unfair governments. Talk about being gutsy. Zelensky became Ukraine's president on May 20, 2019. In his first speech, he used a mix of Russian and Ukrainian to call for unity and dissolve the Verkhovna Rada, Supreme Council, because his party, Servant of the People, had no seats in parliament. New elections on July 21st gave his party 254 out of 450 seats. the first time one party controlled Ukraine's legislative agenda. Fast forward to September 2019, Zelensky got mixed up in a U.S. scandal. Trump held back military aid to Ukraine to push for an investigation into Joe Biden and his son. Even though Zelensky's team said no to meeting with Trump's lawyer, after a call with Trump about the Bidens, Zelensky agreed to look into it. The $400 million in military aid was released on September 11th, but an impeachment inquiry started and Trump changed some national security officials. Moving on to the COVID-19 pandemic, he tried to control the virus, but city mayors resisted his plans, affecting the 2020 local elections. Zelensky's popularity dropped as the conflict in eastern Ukraine continued. He did pass a law to limit the power of rich oligarchs, but tensions with Russia grew, especially near the Ukraine border. However, tensions escalated, and on February 24, 2022, Russia launched missiles into Ukraine. Zelensky quickly became a symbol of Ukrainian resistance, using his media skills to rally support. When offered an evacuation by the U.S., he declined, saying that he needed ammunition, not a ride. Western countries then supplied Ukraine with weapons and imposed tough sanctions on Russia. After Russia's failed attack on Kyiv, Zelensky visited Bucha, where Russian troops had killed hundreds. In 2022, he met with Western leaders, including EU's Ursula von der Leyen, confirming Ukraine's EU intent. The U.S. supported Ukraine with HIMARS artillery, helping reclaim territory by November 2022. Zelensky boosted troop morale by visiting the front lines and locals. Time named him Person of the Year in December, and he later spoke to the U.S. Congress. In early 2023, Russia kept attacking Ukraine's cities and increasing fighting in the Donbass. Zelensky changed his team, firing top officials involved in a scandal over wartime supplies. Tackling corruption was crucial for Ukraine's EU membership, and even Kolomoisky, who supported Zelensky, was being investigated. In February 2023, Zelensky visited London, Paris, where he got the Legion of Honor from French President Emmanuel Macron, and Brussels. In Brussels, he told EU leaders that supporting Ukraine meant protecting Europe from Russian attacks. Then, in May 2023, Zelensky visited The Hague's International Criminal Court, expressing his desire for Russian President Putin to face trial for war crimes, including aggression during the Ukraine conflict. On September 19, 2023, speaking at the UN General Assembly, Zelensky urged neutral countries in Latin America, Africa, and Asia to support Ukraine. After a missile attack in October 2023, he criticized countries aiding Russia, calling them criminals. Zelensky vowed to stand firm against Russian forces in 2024, despite attempts to undermine Kyiv's support. After a major Russian air attack killed 39 people, Zelensky emphasized Ukraine's plan to boost its military in the coming year. So that's the story of President Zelensky's incredible journey and how he's leading Ukraine through tough times. What do you think about his leadership? Is he making a difference on the world stage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into world leaders and global events. Thanks for watching.